All right, Rob Lay with 1980 sports cards, and now something a little bit different from the 85 top cello packs we've been doing. I've got 15 hanger packs, so I'm going to be very curious how the condition varies. All the cello packs were, they have gum in them and really terrible condition and bad centering and overall not great quality. Although we had some big hits, just overall not very good quality. So I'm curious to see if the hanger packs produce a little bit better quality for grading type cards, but we're still looking for the same hits. Very second card of all the packs, we get a Dwight Gooden, and it answers the question about centering, terrible centering. Looky there, got a Mark McGwire. Pretty bad centering. All right, there we go. Brett Saberhagen, nice rookie, pretty good condition. Hey Mia, would you like to open a pack of 1985 tops? 40 years old. The type of cards I used to open. Here, let me get you a pack.
These ones have signatures and relics and stuff?
Mia, these are old school. No signatures, no relics, no parallels, just straight cards. I'll tell you which ones you're looking for. Here, come sit over here. All right. Here you go, Mia. So the ones you'd be looking for would be, I don't know why it's not refocusing. There we go. Start going through them. I'll tell you which ones to look for. You're looking for like a Mark McGwire, Dwight Gooden, Eric Davis, Kirby Puckett. You don't have to look for numbered cards. You don't have to look for foils, parallels, autographs. There's a lot of big names in there, but there's only about 8 cards that we're really interested in, mainly because they're rookies or a second-year card. The exception be Nolan Ryan. Got one.
This one?
Nope, the next one. Roger Clemens, you got a hit. Yay! So let's see what kind of condition it is. So what we're looking for is centering. So see how it's centered, the margin on the top and bottom is equal.
But the sides aren't.
But the sides aren't perfect. So that's almost a really, really good card. Okay, keep going, finish that pack. Another hit, Dwight Gooden, yay! What does the centering look like on that one?
It's not very centered.
But that's another hit. So Mia, he turned out not to be a Hall of Famer or a great player, but back in the 80s when I used to rip these packs originally, this is one of the biggest pulls, the Dwight Gooden card right there. If we saw this card, we'd lose our minds. It's still a valuable card, but not the same. All right, so you got 2 hits, so congratulations. You got to rip from exactly the same set I used to rip from. All right. All right, here we go. Eric Davis, off center. Here we go. Roger Clemens. Pretty good card, side to side, not great centering, but not too bad. Maybe 40-60, I don't know. A little more than 40-60. A little better than 40-60, I mean. Yep, there we go, a Dwight Gooden, and this one's pretty good except top to bottom. All right, Dwight Gooden record breaker. And terrible, terrible miscut centering. All right, there we go. Roger Clemens, top to bottom centering really good, side to side not good. All right, here we go, Don Mattingly. And on first look, it appears very, very good. Little blemish down here in the, terrible blemish down in the bottom right corner. And not aligned perfect, but the centering was good. Too bad there's a blemish in the bottom right corner. All right, here we go. Nolan Ryan. Good looking card, except top to bottom centering. Brett Saberhagen, terrible centering, alignment, everything. Ooh, that's a pretty Darryl Strawberry card. I wasn't saving them, but that's a really pretty one. All right, that was our last rack pack, 15 of them. And that was really weird for me compared to the 4 boxes of cello. The surfaces were in much better condition. All the cello cards are pretty dusty and scratches and whatever. The centering is about the same, some really bad, a few good. But what's really weird is the players we pulled. As you can see, we got 4 Dwight Giddens, where in the 4 cello boxes, we got hardly any Dwight Giddens. Only 1 Mark McGwire, 1 Eric Davis, not a single Kirby Puckett. So it's really weird to me. I think there was a pattern, you know, with the clear rack packs, and people kind of already knew, looking at the surface cards and the back cards, what cards were going to be in between. So I think a lot of them were sorted. And maybe this person in the past that got these rack packs was looking for good ends, and that's why they got this particular rack packs. But then we're a little light on some of the other players. So either way, it was an interesting experience. Surface is much, much better. So we'll see how these compare on grading, but still some challenges with centering. All right, take care.